tonight. As wildfires have forced evacuees to Prince George, the local SPCA is struggling to keep up with food demands. Plus, Quinson Elementary School hosted a multicultural day today to celebrate diversity in the Prince George community. And a messy situation has unfolded. The soccer star won't be playing when Miami FC heads to Vancouver. Good evening, folks. I'm Eddie Huband, and welcome to CKPG News. Our top story tonight, wildfire evacuations have put further stress on the SPCA emergency services. While they do encourage people to access it if they need, they're also hoping others with extra can donate. Sam Bennison has more in tonight's top story.
Even as cooler temperatures decrease our risk of a wildfire evacuation, it's still very important to prepare for a return to hot and dry conditions. One group that is especially vulnerable during an evacuation order are pets.
One of the largest reasons people refuse to evacuate is because of pets, and the second one is children.
When fleeing wildfires, the SPCA does offer free emergency boarding for your pets, giving you peace of mind that your furry friend will be taken care of.
If you're unable to get hotel rooms that are pet friendly, which is often the case because those go quite quickly, the BC SPCA will do an emergency boarding of your animal. You can contact us by the animal helpline. We have a 1-800 number. It's found on our website. Just phone in, make arrangements to take the pet in, and they'll take some information from you and we'll board the pet free of charge for the duration of the evacuation.
In addition, the SPCA offers a rescue line if you get separated from your pet during an evacuation.
If you do leave them behind, one option you have is notification to the SPCA that your animal is left behind. We can send special constables in to either pull the animal out, or we can care for it and feed in place.
While the SPCA is here to help anyone with accessing pet supplies, the increased demand and decreasing number of donations has put stress on their pet food banks.
We are always in need of donations. This year in particular, we're seeing individuals struggle with the cost of living increases, as well as things like wildfires and those challenges. So we're seeing an increase on our pet food bank, and we are struggling to keep those shelves full.
If you have the ability to help out, the SPCA needs donations from pet food to kitty litter to ensure everyone's four-legged friend stays happy and healthy.
Yeah, people are welcome to drop off donations of pet supplies or food, things like cat litter, to help our pet food bank directly at the center. Otherwise, we can accept cash donations or donations online that can be allocated towards our pet food bank as well if people want to help that way.
BC Conservative leader John Rustad says the provincial election this fall is between his party and the governing NDP, not the opposition BC United. This comes after BC United leader Kevin Falcon issued a statement saying Rustad was putting his own ambition ahead of the best interests of the people in BC by rejecting a proposal for a so-called non-competition agreement. Falcon says the plan proposed by BC United was aimed at avoiding vote splitting between the two right-of-center parties. But Rustad says he doesn't trust Falcon after he refused to discuss a potential merger when the Conservatives reached out last December and again in February. Prince George has grown to be quite the cultural diverse community. And to celebrate that, Quinson Elementary School celebrated its Multicultural Day today. Students and staff showcased their backgrounds and cultures, and as Tommy Osborne reports, the day was both fun and educational.
Quinson Elementary School was a hub of culture as it celebrated its Multicultural Day. Featuring a wide array of cultures across the world, students and staff all took part in showcasing dances, songs, cultural items, and more from their respective cultures.
That was really amazing for students to go around and see the different, the diversity, but also at the same time how we're so connected because they were able to make comparison of some of the countries that they saw.
This is something that really kids know about. They have this ingrained in them. They have come, and it's really a point of pride, I think, for them to be able to share, their perspectives and their background. Hopefully have their families come as also and see that they're being celebrated and learned about within schools.
Prince George, just like the rest of our country, has grown to become an increasingly multicultural space, and for young families and children moving here, the adjustment could be quite difficult at first. Aziz hopes SD57 can play a role in making our community welcoming through events like this.
I'm a citizen now, but I came to Canada as an immigrant as well, as a young person, and you want to have a sense that this community respects you, that they are interested in you, and that they have a place for you. And I think that this kind of event really does that for our students and their families.
While Multicultural Day is certainly a fun event for the school, it's more than that. As Smith Powell explained, it's also a fantastic opportunity to educate young students on the importance of diversity and learning to respect, understand, and ultimately celebrate our differences.
I strongly believe that when persons don't know, that's when you'll have a lot of the negative. And so the positive side of it is sharing your knowledge, sharing your history, right? And embracing that and knowing that this is part of who I am. When they go elsewhere, to the library, to the parks, and they see different, knowing that, okay, this is a culture that, well, not part of my culture, but also one that I can learn to respect and appreciate.
Smith Powell says diversity and celebrating inclusion is a year-round effort, not just a single day of celebration. Among other initiatives, Smith Powell explained the school applied for a Raise the Reader grant to include books that reflect a wide variety of students and their backgrounds, as well as teaching about various musical styles across the world in music class. Tommy Osborne, CKPG News.
UNBC has announced its class of 2024 valedictorians for the convocation ceremonies that will take place at the Prince George campus on May 31st. The valedictorian for the first ceremony is Bruce Dinesh. Bruce is graduating with a Bachelor of Health Science honors. He's seeking to use his education in the healthcare industry and is currently in UBC's Master of Occupational Therapy North Cohort program at UNBC's Prince George campus. The second valedictorian, meanwhile, is Will Hanlon. Will's graduating with a Bachelor of Arts with a joint major in Geography and Political Science. He's been accepted into the Osgoode Hall Law School at York University in Toronto in the fall. We had a chance to catch up with Will to see what being a valedictorian means to him.
What it means to me is that makes me very proud that I get to be at UNBC, because it's given me the opportunity to reach this position. Because I think at another university I may not have been able to kind of get involved in as many like clubs or research opportunities as I would have here. And so being valedictorian is just is a nice recognition of what UNBC has allowed me to do. I'm really excited for convocation, and I'm looking forward to being able to celebrate with all my classmates.
June is just 1 week away, and we'll have more to be excited about besides the return of the summer, as Barkerville Historic Town and the park's main season is set to reopen. On June 1st, the town is coming back to life as live programming, open shops and restaurants, and a brand new show at the Theatre Royale will open. Throughout the season, there's going to be many events to look forward to, like the annual Dominion Day celebrations on July 1st, the 9th annual Indigenous Peoples celebrations on August 17th, and much more. Campsites are also available, which you can book on the Barkerville website. This week on Entertainment Spotlight, we're highlighting a new installment in a hit sci-fi action franchise, Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, starring Anya Taylor-Joy and Chris Hemsworth.
As a child, my world was forever changed. My mother was magnificent. And he took it all from me.
Who do we have here?
My childhood, my mother. I want them back. I want them back.
Snatched from the green place of many mothers, young Furiosa falls into the hands of a great biker horde led by the warlord Dementus. Sweeping through the wasteland, they come across the Citadel, presided over by the Immortan Joe. As the two tyrants fight for dominance, Furiosa soon finds herself in a non-stop battle to make her way home.
If you find him, he's mine.
This movie is a new turn for Taylor-Joy, known for her starring role in The Queen's Gambit. It promises to be a high-octane, violent, exciting movie with tons of action and suspense. It will also be interesting to see Hemsworth play a villain as well, as he continues to branch away from his iconic performance as Thor in the MCU. Furiosa comes out in theaters everywhere, including Prince George, today.
The question is, do you have it in you to make it epic?
As of this morning, the lowest gas price in Prince George was sitting at $1.62.9 per liter at Costco. The lowest price in the province right now is in Quesnel at $1.59.9 per liter. Manitoba currently has the lowest fuel prices on average in the country at $1.41.4 per liter, while BC has an average price of $1.86 per liter.
CKPG Sports is delivered by Domino's. Try one of our delicious stuffed cheesy breads, paired up with chicken, pizza, pasta, or dessert for just $8.99 per item.
Tomorrow night, the Vancouver Whitecaps will be hosting Inter Miami FC at BC Place, a game that was marked on many calendars as soccer superstar Lionel Messi was scheduled to play for the first time in Vancouver. And now the word is that he and two other superstars on Miami will not make the trip, which has devastated fans not only in Vancouver but across BC. Anthony Correa reports.
Messi!
Disappointment for soccer fans planning to see Lionel Messi this weekend, as word broke yesterday that Messi, Luis Suarez, and Sergio Busquets will not be making the trip to take part in the game between the Vancouver Whitecaps and Inter Miami. Something that is shocking to soccer fans who bought their tickets months ago.
It was really devastating because that was kind of like our whole trip and our whole weekend. We booked time off for it and everything. We had everything ready to go, dog sitter and everything. And unfortunately, it's not going to happen the way that we wanted it to. We would have loved to have gone to the game, but I don't know if it's going to be worth it.
In a statement released by the team, while we haven't received an official update on the availability of Lionel Messi, Luis Suarez, and Sergio Busquets for this weekend, we understand they will not make this trip. Unfortunately, we have no control over who plays for our opponent, and it was important for us to communicate to our fans as soon as possible. We always want our best players going up against our opponent's best players, and facing players of the highest pedigree was especially exciting for our team. We know that there will be a lot of disappointed fans. We remain committed to making this a special experience for everyone. The club is still planning on hosting a pre-match party and offering discounts on food and beverages, but many will be heading to the game without seeing soccer's very best.
I've heard stories of people who have already started their trek over there or are already in Vancouver that have unfortunately received this news and now, they're a little bit bummed out. There's no refunds. It's going to be just concession stand, coupons and whatnot, which is a deal, but unfortunately, it's not going to give back the money that a normal Whitecaps ticket would have cost, right?
The Whitecaps are currently in a playoff spot. Kickoff for the game is set for 7:30 p.m. Anthony Correa, CKPG News.
Back in Prince George, the Prince George Senior Baseball League continued league action as the Fresno Construction Mariners took on the PG Plumbing and Heating Tigers. And the Mariners got their first win of the year with a 5-2 victory over the Tigers. Zach Fillion led the way on the mound as he got the victory over Tigers pitcher Reg Berry. Meanwhile, Quinton Estorino had a great game, going 3 for 4 at the dish, and he was responsible, for 3 of the 5 Mariners runs. League action now takes a quick pause and resumes next Tuesday when the Mariners take on the Pomeroy Inn & Suites Knights. The Prince George Cougars announced this afternoon that they've signed forward Dade Wotherspoon to a WHL scholarship and development agreement. Wotherspoon was the Cougars' first-round selection, taken 21st overall in the 2024 WHL Prospects Draft. The Martinsville, Saskatchewan product spent the 2023-24 season with the Martinsville U15 program, and he had an incredible 103 points in just 27 games. How about that? The 5'11 forward also made quite the impact in the playoffs, collecting 33 points in 11 postseason games. The TSX is up 120 points to close at 22,321. The Dow Jones is up 4 points to close at 39,070. And Canfor went down 3 cents to close at $15.32.
Good evening again, everyone. We are in for more rain for most of the weekend, but here's a look back on our satellite map. A bit of a wet start to the day in many areas. In fact, we saw heavy showers in some areas of our region today to start things off, and really going to continue on with the instability. We do have a risk of a thunderstorm still in the forecast for tonight and tomorrow especially, and then going forward into Sunday, we could see a break before the next system approaches, and I'll show you that here. The future cast, of course, showing a little more organized instability around us tomorrow, so we will see showers for most of the day. Then there is the next system there. As we move through the afternoon on Sunday, we'll see a chance of showers developing again, but starting things off under a mix of sun and clouds. So that'll be the best day of the bunch for the next few anyway. 10 degrees tomorrow, a bit of a cooler trend for sure with this system that we're seeing, and that will remain in place for at least most of the day with the showers. 17 Kamloops, 16 Vancouver, lots of very wet weather rather into the weekend, especially Sunday down there. But 16 Fort St. John, we're seeing kind of the temperatures in and around the below average mark for many areas, but lots of showers in many spots as well. Mackenzie a bit brighter tomorrow, the same for Fort St. James, but a lot of instability as you move south. So 13 Quesnel and McBride will be cool as well with the showers right through most of the day. It'll be a bit brighter. Edmonton and Regina. Winnipeg actually not too bad tomorrow, although quite cool. 22 degrees in Montreal. We are going to start to see temperatures drop just a touch in some areas in the eastern half, but lots of bright sky to enjoy, especially over towards the Maritimes, which is a really nice change from some of the showers that they've been seeing. So chance of showers into our early next week, as I mentioned. There is that next system coming through that is going to bring us a chance on Sunday later into the day, and then especially into Monday and Tuesday. And you'll see on the extended that tomorrow Burns Lake gets a break with mostly cloudy conditions, and then seeing more precipitation for Sunday and Monday and a drop in temperatures. Actually, tonight will be quite cool as well, down to only +2. 6 degrees in Mackenzie with partly cloudy skies tonight. Mostly clouds tomorrow, 15 degrees, and actually a drier forecast there for the weekend, but rain developing on Monday morning and even overnight Sunday into Monday morning. McBride, though, a different story, a very wet trend tonight and tomorrow, especially. Sunday's the break in the pattern, and then we see another band of moisture coming in for early next week, and a pretty dreary forecast if you want to look at the extended, if you want to look far ahead at least. 7 degrees, Quesnel, rain tonight, heavy at times. Tomorrow you'll see rain to start things off in the morning, switching over to just a chance of showers later into the day, and then Sunday is dry. Get outside on Sunday. That'll be a really nice day to be out and about. Temperatures are pretty good as well at 17 degrees, and then early next week we see the next system approaching. So similar forecast for us. We have showers in our Sunday graphic here for you because it will be later into the afternoon that we see some of those showers developing. But tonight, rain in the forecast, chance of showers really right through the day tomorrow. Heavy at times, potentially in a cooler temperature pattern at 10 degrees. And then we get that break to start things off on Sunday and back to another very unsettled trend to begin our week next week.
There are some weather concerns, but as of right now, the Pagera is preparing for their first race of the year tomorrow night. The Turgeon Memorial opening day is set to take place Saturday at the Playground of Power, just off of Highway 16 East. Time trials begin at 6 p.m. with the race set for 7. $20 gets you into this event to see old cars that haven't raced for a while making their return, and new cars that will be making their debut on the Speedway. Pagera did have some hoops to jump through to get to this point this season, including having some copper wires stolen from the track, but they are looking forward to finally getting the season underway with some hopefully sunny weather.
We came out a couple weeks ago and opened up the track and got everything ready to go, and came back the following week and found out there'd been some people decided to come and steal our power lines that go around the track to run our track lights, as well as our speakers and stuff for our PA system. So it's been a scramble to make sure we can get everything back functioning for this opening night coming up. There's lots of feedback, whether it be over social media or phone calls. If weather, cooperates with us, people are excited for the first race day. It gives them something to do other than be cooped up all winter.
The UNBC women's soccer team is added to the roster once again this offseason. This time, Anna Thorne-Steinson is the newest Timberwolf to join the squad. Thorne Steinson is a soon-to-be graduate of Okanagan Mission Secondary. She visited UNBC back in March alongside other 2024 commits. During her visit, the Kelowna product trained with her new team and fell in love with the UNBC campus. She's excited both about the scholastic and the soccer opportunities that the university will provide. The midfielder has played with the Thompson Okanagan Football Club in the past and is looking forward to repping the green and gold.
I play center mid, but really I love playing like fullback, winger, anywhere that's on the field practically. The girls are really supportive and they're really helpful, just telling me what I should be doing if I'm not understanding it. But Neil's he's a really good coach and he really makes sure we're all getting the hang of it, even though you're not getting it at first. He really just repetition and then it starts to get easier.
It's all about hockey as the Edmonton Oilers picked up a massive Game 1 win on the road in Dallas last night, and we bring you the best of the best from Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals in tonight's CKP3.
Edmonton gets out to a good start in this one.
Going the other way. Here come the Oilers. McDavid across. Zach Hyman up with it. Scores! Hyman outfights Essa Lindell, and the Oilers have a 2-1 lead, or 2-0 lead.
Has anyone ever seen Zach Hyman score a goal that wasn't 3 feet away from the net? They all count though, as the Oilers are up 2-0. However, Dallas ties it late.
Back to the line. Petrovic's shot doesn't get to the net. Robertson on it, turns, and front scores. Tyler Seguin has tied it.
Bad bounces lead to the puck being put on Tyler Seguin's stick. I could score that goal if I was in that position. This one needs double OT. And the best show up.
Oh, it's in front scores! It's over! 32 seconds in, redirected from the slot.
Connor McDavid putting that puck home with a great pass from Evan Bouchard. Edmonton takes Game 1 and also takes top spot in tonight's CKP3.